Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today got a very cool video shifting and rearranging how we consider the three-dimensional senses. Your three-dimensional senses don't deny reality. Right? Don't freak out because I said that. I know Neville Goddard has his own saying about this, so I'm going to get there. Your 3D senses affirm reality. Nothing in reality denies any other part of reality. That is a story that we tell. We can experience that experience, but it's not actually true. Sight, touch, taste, smell, sound. They are not blocking anything, right? They are only an extension of your own I am awareness experiencing itself. They are manifested senses of God sensing itself, being itself, filtering out the rest of it to experience part of itself, right? They are the cosmic filtering device of God, right? They are God, experiencing God, right? Your awareness aware of itself. How does it become aware of itself? Manifest as these senses. Part of the way it's aware of itself. Not the only part, but the physical parts of it, right? There are physical things that experience the physical. Or rather, there are physical things that filter out and give the appearance of the physical, right? Like this they're like HD screens and sound on microphones and whatever else, right? That's how we can consider this. So we can get this hyper-focused version of reality, right? You were told, or you heard, or somebody told you what Neville said. Persist in your assumption, even if your three-dimensional senses may deny it, right? You will receive. I know I said that kind of rearranged, which is fine. But he said it in the moment where he existed, from 1920 to whenever it was. I can't remember exactly for that date, but 100 years ago, so on and so forth, right? Neville met the people who he was talking to where they were, okay? And we are not there anymore. We understand vastly more about reality in terms of, physics, in terms of manifestation, in terms of what screens are. They never really had the idea of screens in that sense. So we are bridging beliefs here. We are bridging beliefs with current experience of reality, and we are living a higher truth. The truth is, your 3D senses are not traitors, they are not doubters, they are not in denial, and they are not less spiritual than imagination. They are divine, right? They are divine manifestations of the divine, right? Holy as the heart beating, eternal as your very being, right? They reflect your state, nothing more. They are mirrors, not verdicts of reality being yes or no. They don't do anything. They're basically just saying what's on. It's like a TV set. What's on the screen is what's on the screen. It's not the only thing on the screen. And your reality isn't the only one that you can physically experience right now because you can imagine something else. The same thing, right? You can think of it like this. You walk into a restaurant. You place your order. The food's not on your plate yet. You don't panic. You don't doubt. You might get a little irritated if you're waiting twice as long as you might think you have to. But it goes along with the territory, right? You've normalized the unfolding of ordering something and knowing that even if you can't taste it, see it, touch it, or smell it on your plate in that moment, you know it's unfolding. But those same 3D senses that are telling you your food isn't on your plate, you don't actually panic, right? You don't say, oh no, 3D reality is denying that I'm going to eat in a few minutes. You don't do that. Because your 3D senses only express to you and filter out what's happening now. What's happening now is you're experiencing your order being created for you, right? What's happening now is you're experiencing your dream life unfolding, right? It's okay to say that, okay, my dream life isn't here at this very moment, manifested in my three-dimensional experience, right? Just like how it's okay to say, okay, my food isn't on the plate yet, but I know I've ordered it and I assume it's unfolding. It's the same thing, right? You can't smell it, you can't taste it, but you know it's coming. You don't ignore those senses. You understand what's going on as to why those senses don't sense your food yet. You interpret them through a knowing. But we have made that knowing normalized because we have normally experienced it that way. Right? Your senses aren't denying anything. They are only telling you what's happening now. Right? And the moment you order something, that knowing kicks in, or rather, you knowing all the time. And I'm just saying you become aware of it, and you suddenly start to know, hey, this is unfolding. So why not do that with your desires? Why not make this understanding that you have inside you the same thing? When you imagine and you felt it, just know that, okay, this is real because I couldn't have felt it otherwise, right? I embodied an identity that was living my dream life. I felt his or her senses. I felt his or her love that I am one with. I looked through their eyes, right? I heard through their ears. I tasted through their mouth. I felt through their fingers, right? You felt it. You felt it with those three-dimensional senses manifested in that version of reality, and you felt it now. Because as a non-physical entity, you are reality. That's what reality did, right? If you're not familiar with the 7 levels of reality creation, I'll just go through them very quickly. Level 7 is all reality, all knowing. Not manifested as anything, not manifested as nothing, but the knowing that it is just everything, right? It's not trying to do anything else. It wanted to know itself. So it created another duplicated version of itself, I am. Right? There's I, level 7, there's I am, level 6, which contains every single identity that has ever and will ever exist, every single thing that they could do and will do and have done, every single object, every single thing, and its infinite ways of existing. It became consciously aware of everything that it is doing. It sectioned itself into individualized consciousnesses, right? Level 5, the consciousness that you are. That's what you are as consciousness, right? You are level 6 and 7, but you are consciously being that level 5 aware of your physical identity and all of the variations that it can be. So if your name is John, all of the infinite ways John can exist, right? Level 4 is one complete timeline of any one of those existences. I am an actor, I am an accountant, I am a musician, I am whatever, right? Level 4 is individualized, sliced experiences of infinite number of identities from start to end. Level 3 is how we experience every one of those frames in linear unfolding in this three-dimensional hyper-focused experience. Level 2 are your thoughts and feelings. Level 1 are your thoughts and feelings, right? How we feel about reality, what we are thinking about reality. They don't create reality. Reality is created from the top down. Even if you think you're doing from the bottom up, you're still doing it from here, right? You can't actually do it from here. These don't do anything. Right? It'll be like an actor in a movie currently trying to act in another movie. Doesn't work, right? Can't do it either. The film's already been shot. So, your 3D senses exist in every one of those frames. Those 3D senses are how reality expresses and experiences itself from diluting the infinity that you are. So you can experience a finite version of itself, otherwise it won't be able to experience itself. You can't experience infinity being infinity. Infinity is already doing that. You are not here to do that. You are here to experience a fragment of the whole, but a whole part of that whole being the fragment. That actually made sense, right? That's what you are doing, right? You are that expression of reality. So your senses don't deny, they don't block, they don't do anything. A TV channel doesn't tell you what's not playing, what's playing or not playing on another part of the TV, right? Watching Netflix, you're watching a movie, doesn't mean the other movies suddenly stop existing. They're just there all together. So when you imagine yourself being loved, successful, healed, chosen, and you feel it, you are feeling that version of you, those three-dimensional senses filtering out reality, creating that reality and experiencing it, right? It's all done, it's all real, but you're just embodying that experience, right? Because that's what God did. God created everything. So part of you experiencing creation is actually you experiencing the creation of it, right? You're not here to skip that part. That's part of God. God created. As part of that creation, you experience the creation of reality. You are experiencing creation of reality. Isn't that cool, right? Because when you're calling it forth, it feels like you're creating it. But you are just experiencing what God did. God created it. You call forth that experience, part of the experience is the creation of it. It's super cool, right? So, one bridge, one being, one I am, right? Everything is a timeline, everything in reality is real, right? Just as real as any part of your imagination. Your imagination is more real because when you are imagining something with a purpose, while 3D is only being the effect. So, while 3D might contain a whole bunch of things, you as an awareness call forth a specific story. So when you are experiencing the specific story in your imagination, you are experiencing reality for what it is, opposed to three-dimensional experiences which can contain your reality and a bit of other stuff as well, as we all come to have known, right? So your 3D senses are no longer your enemy. They do nothing. They only affirm what's happening now. They don't tell you what's happening on Saturday, if today is Tuesday. But you won't deny that there is going to be a Saturday just because you can't taste it, touch it, hear it, and see it, because you have made the unfolding of your life naturally normal. So make the unfolding of your own awareness that what you are choosing to live as a dream life normal. Make sensing now and sensing your desired end and sensing what you are in your imagination one idea. Right? Nothing more spiritual than what you are experiencing in the moment. Not just the physical, but in your awareness, because you're creating a miracle. As Course of Miracles says, every single time you affirm yourself to be I am, no matter what's going on. Right? When you realize, no, I am reality. I am my desired end. I am all ends. I am all things. I am everything. Because that's what I identify with, not just this physical self. All love, all light, all I am. Let everything unfold from within you. So that being said, I hope that makes sense to you. I know Neville said, deny your three-dimensional senses, persist. I am saying you don't have to. It's nothing more than a story. Deny the story that you are saying that they deny something. They don't do anything. God doesn't deny reality. God is reality, and God can't deny reality. You can experience denying reality because even that exists. That being said, much love, much light. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for following, liking, subscribing, joining, all of the above. Facebook group, I almost forgot about that. Facebook group available if you want to join in. A lot of people joining every day. I love seeing that. I love people interacting and seeing the content from a whole fresh perspective, my perspective mostly. And other people's perspective, actually, as I think about it. TikTok page available with different forms of content that are uploaded daily as well. And I will see you all in the next one. If you want to get a hold of me, email is in the description box below. Feel free. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye. Love and light.